used to know an old guy, Jack. Jack was his name. He would like he'd clear his throat, and my dad would make fun of him. Like he'd clear his throat like right. That's how he's just like what old men do. And my dad would just make fun of him like hammer, 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 hammer. And he would call him Old Hammer Hammer. It was my grandma's boyfriend or whatever at the time. Old Jack. I don't know if I want to say his last name, but rest in peace, sir. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Hammer Hammer. What do you say we start this episode? Welcome, dear listener, to a bonus episode. Thank you for listening on your podcast app of choice, Spotify, Audible, Apple Podcasts, Google, Samsung, whatever you got. Thank you for listening to us. And if it's on YouTube, thank you. Please hit the subscribe button. We need all the subscribers we can get. Send this to your friends. Find yourself a short that you like. Try the recipe. Send that to your friends. Share it on your Facebooks, and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. We're putting stuff up on Twitter pretty much daily, multiple times a day. Pretty much, not every day. Some days is an off day. We get busy at work, and we can't do what we want to do. We got to do what we have to do.
Damn that man.
Damn the man. But yeah, we're always trying to engage people on all our socials. So be one of the people that we engaged. Send us an email, info@savortheburn.com. Check out the website, savortheburn.com. Everything's always being upgraded. So on that note, back to the bonus episode. Dear listener, happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th of July. Happy
Independence Day. May your fingers all count to 10 at the end of the night, and toes count to 10 at the end of the night.
And your T-shirts not have too many burn holes in them.
It's fine if they do, as long as your skin does not have holes in them,
right,
and burn marks in it. Because I've had some of those powder burns.
Stay out of the ER.
Yeah. So too many people in the ER making sparkler bombs like we used to do. I remember lighting a sparkler bomb, and you can't see it on the podcast, but I remember like I had the wick, like I'm holding this pen, like cupped in my hand and sticking up through my fingers to where the wick was on the inside of my palm. And so I had a lighter, and I would...
That's still fire.
Yeah, still fire. And for whatever reason, I didn't think that fire shoots straight out of the wick. So it would shoot out of this wick like a fountain. Or it wasn't a wick, it was a sparkler. Because it was a sparkler bomb is what it was. So we made sparkler bombs, which is taking a lot of the metal stick sparklers, wrapping them super tight.
Yep.
Yeah, multiple packs wrapped super tight in electrical tape.
And did you take one and
just one
and pull it out just a little bit to get it lit? Yep.
Yeah, and that's how you light these damn things. You have to light the one middle sparkler, and then
they get hot too.
Oh yeah, you set them down, you run the fuck away. But for whatever reason, drunk me thought this would be a great way to block the wind by cupping the sparkler tip in the cup palm of my hand, and it just
clearly it did block the wind.
I guess you're right. And so I had a good scar in the bottom part of my palm for many weeks, months. It was fucking awful. So hopefully you guys don't have to deal with any of that. Have you had any awful 4th of July burns?
Thankfully, no. I have had my fair share of bottle rocket wars, where you take heavy duty like cardboard tube type things, like from like large spools of paper or whatever, where it's the really thick center spools or whatever, and some duct tape, and you fashion yourself a gun of some sort, and you duct tape in a piece of metal on the inside of it, because you need a blast shield for when you light and drop this bottle rocket down in there, I've been hit with my fair share of bottle rockets, and then woke up the next morning and looked at my shirt and wondered where all these little holes came from.
I remember trying to time it to where it'd be the gray wick, so it goes super fast, and we'd have the bottle rockets with a report, so it goes pop, or it screams at you. So like you would time it, like you would have a long tube, like you said, it would be like a wrapping paper tube or a poster tube, something.
Yep.
Like one end is blocked off, and so you would light it, you'd time it, and right before it fires, you swing the tube to where it's got extra oomph going before the rocket propulsion hits it and sends it right at somebody. So it's going not just fast, but a little extra fast. And maybe it gets to him before it blows up. Maybe it gets to him and blows up. Maybe it blows up before it gets to him. But yeah, that was not fun. And sometimes I just get bored and unwrap, a few, like half a gross worth of bottle rockets, and light as many as I possibly could. And just throw them out there.
Oh yeah.
Let chaos reign.
Yeah. When I lived in Lee Summit, our house was right on the inside corner of a cul-de-sac.
Cul-de-sacs were the best.
Oh,
that's
absolutely.
Where it was at.
Oh yeah. Every year, the morning after, it looked like a battle zone.
Yeah. Yeah. And if it wasn't, a bottle rocket fight war going on, it was just all the families would come out. And, cul-de-sacs are so big, everybody brought their stuff out, and it'd be like a fireworks show for everybody.
Yep. Everyone that, spends a couple $100, and then they all kind of come together, and you get the opportunity to see all of that. Yeah,
and everybody's drunk Uncle Larry, from every family shows up and let me tell you a thing or two about a thing or two.
Here, let me light that.
Yeah. Come here, boy. And he's got his, extra long cigarette dangling out of his mouth with like 4 inches of, it's got like the Shelley Duvall ash length, from The Shining. Remember, like in the beginning, she's sitting there at the breakfast table and talking to her son. It's just this long, there's more ash than cigarette.
And he's on this 15th Bush Light.
Man. That canoe beer.
Canoe beer.
Fucking close to water. Yeah. Good times. So you've been working pretty hard on making a cocktail lately. Tell me about it. What is this a recipe that you found somewhere?
This is all my own.
You're creating your own thing.
This is my own. I've had a little bit of anxiety about this. I've been kind of working on this on and off for a few weeks now, and I wanted to capture a lot of the elements. As we've done this podcast and we've tried a wide variety of different types of cocktails. I've tried to consciously pick and pull elements and things that we've liked from various different ones and come up with something that's a little bit different than a lot of, a lot of cocktails have 5 or 6 variants on them. I wanted to come up with something that was a little bit different from all of those.
When you bring up the cocktails with the 5 or 6 variants, you're talking like an old fashioned. It may or may not have a sugar cube. It could be simple syrup or maple syrup.
Yeah.
It could be a cherry without a cherry. Yeah. A lemon peel.
There's a half a dozen different types of mules.
There you go.
All these Manhattans. And
Tequila daisies.
So I kind of picked and pulled all this, and we've talked about and discussed honey on several episodes.
Yeah.
I felt that introducing honey syrup into it made a lot of sense. I wanted to also capture that first episode that we put together where we visited that Von Payne. And
what a great spirit that was.
With the black currant flavored whiskey. And so I wanted to kind of bring that into it. And I wanted to do something that kind of resembled a little bit of that red, white, and blue, because we're introducing it for the 4th of July.
Yeah. What was that sound?
Me hitting the table.
Did you get animated with your hands when you were talking?
I did. I was all over the place with my hands. So I don't know. So we'll see how this turns out. I've test driven this a couple times over the last few weeks, and
trying to dial it in.
And I did another one last night. I did a couple last night with a few variations on there, and actually the picture I kind of took as kind of my this was kind of I've evolved it a couple times since this picture. So
okay,
so
the picture has 3 blueberries.
Yeah, I mixed this in a it's a large glass blue bulb on the bottom of a martini glass. Pretty cool glasses that I don't get to use very often. But I've got a skewer in there with 3 blueberries. I've actually changed that up a little bit. So we're gonna, instead of 3 blueberries, we're gonna do a blueberry, raspberry, blueberry.
Okay.
So get a little bit more of that blue and red in there. This one also has the egg white on there, so that'll be the white element to this, and should give it a little bit more of a creaminess. And then it's got some muddled raspberries with some of the lemon sour that I recently made, a splash of amaretto, and then I just happened upon a new brand of different syrups, and they had a grenadine that sounded really good, and so I got that and have incorporated that into there as well.
You know, I don't know how I made it through 42 years of life and not known that grenadine is not a cherry
pomegranate,
syrup.
right?
It's pomegranate. How did I make it this far into life and not realize that? Because when I'll go to a restaurant or something and they don't have cherry Coke or cherry Pepsi on the menu, I'm like, you got grenadine? I'm like,
right.
yeah, we could add that in there. Dumb me is asking for a pomegranate Coke or a pomegranate Pepsi. I always just thought it was cherry.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because of the color. It's like a deep red. I'm thinking, it's got to be cherry.
You know, we've commented on
stupid sugar kick DNA, not knowing what's what.
We've commented on one of the guys on Instagram that we've started to follow, doing cocktails, and he did one where he was kind of bashing on Rose's grenadine.
Right.
I'm wondering if that is because maybe Rose's actually is more cherry, because I have seen grenadine that is pomegranate and cherry, or have a little bit of cherry in there. Rose's grenadine is a very, very bright red syrup.
It's like maraschino syrup.
This bottle that I got from Liquid Alchemist, that is a very dark, deep red.
I wouldn't even say it's red. It's like super purple.
Yeah.
Deep, deep purple.
And so it just makes me wonder that maybe the cheaper...
You can't even see through it when you hold it up to the light.
Yeah, I mean, this is some really good quality stuff. And it tastes fantastic. Yeah, go ahead and pop the...
I was kind of smelling it through the cap there.
But it just makes me wonder that maybe the cheaper grenadines, maybe they are more cherry, because cherry is cheaper than pomegranate.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, so maybe we fire off a couple bottle rockets and, wake the neighbors. Wake the neighbors with some Roman candles and have little Henry light some tanks, smell the sulfur, and get us a cocktail whipped together.
We took Henry to a minor league baseball game for the first time a few weeks ago.
Monarchs?
The Monarchs. Yeah, we went out to the Monarchs.
They've been kicking ass.
He had a blast. It was his first baseball game. A lot of fun stories from that. But one of the things that we were excited for him to kind of experience, to kind of get him ready for this year's 4th of July, because he's 3.5. Up till now, he's been in bed, sound asleep by time all that gets rolling. And so they had fireworks after the game, and which the game ended about an hour before it was actually dark enough. So we just had to kind of kill some time before there. We've taken him to some hockey games before, and so we've got him a good set of earmuffs for that. And so we brought those with us. We popped those on because he does not like loud noises. He does not do well with loud noises, which is crazy because got the Harleys in the garage. And
Dad's a bass player in a loud noise band.
But he does not like loud noises, and so we popped those on them before they started the fireworks. And the pictures we got are just absolutely priceless. The awe and wonder on his face. Katie snapped a couple pictures while the fireworks going off, and
doe-eyed wonder.
He is just glowing, just in heaven. So super exciting experience, and looking forward to doing the 4th of July fireworks with him this year. So
very cool. Very cool.
Well, let's get going on that cocktail.
Yeah, I'm interested in getting this this cocktail put together.
Talk about it some more, and we're gonna have to name it. I don't have a name.
Yeah, I did notice that. It says to be named.
I don't have a name for that. So what I'm hoping and what I'm wanting from you is not only feedback on this cocktail and any suggestions to how we can maybe fine tune it. I'm perfectly fine with this being a rough or a
rough draft,
work in progress draft.
Yeah,
but we can fine tune it.
We may end up doing a cookbook
and
a recipe book.
Maybe
not a cookbook.
So it's going to need a name.
Not cooking anything.
So
except trouble. Maybe some of that banana bread. Let's do it. Let's get into it. You
That
ready?
that should end up in the recipe book too.
Yes.
Banana bread.
Yeah. Miss Katie's famous banana bread. It's like the only actual food recipe.
And that's what we're going to call it.
Everything else is a cocktail.
Miss Katie's banana bread.
Yeah, Miss Katie's banana bread.
All right.
Yeah, let's get into it. Do it. Let's do it. Yeah, so for those that are going to see that little video of us saying, Happy 4th of July, everybody, I got my big old band-aided finger in the video saying, keep your fingers and toes intact. But, one of those is mine.
Oh.
This one is mine. This one is mine.
Come on, Stimpy.
You went Ren and Stimpy with it, but for whatever reason, my mind went Pinky in the brain. It's like, come on, Stimpy. Stimpy, you idiot. Stimpy. Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
I don't know. What, Ren?
We're going to take over the world. Fucking Pinky in the brain, always trying to figure it out. Well, we are back. We constructificated this cocktail. It's very, very unique looking. I haven't seen one like this before. What all did you do to this thing? To make this thing, I should say.
So this is constructed of Von Payne's black currant whiskey.
So good.
And 3 or 4 muddled raspberries.
Mm-hmm.
Half ounce of lemon sour. That lemon sour that I made homemade.
Mm-hmm. Ho did what?
Half ounce of amaretto. 3/4 ounce of grenadine. And 3/4 ounce of honey syrup, which gives it a completely different profile than a simple syrup or even a maple syrup.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 or 3 dashes of black walnut bitters.
And you put that in the shaker.
Put that in the shaker with egg white.
Mm-hmm.
Gave it a shake for 10-15 seconds. Added some ice to it to get it to chill. And shook it some more. And then I poured it, did a double strain on this.
Right, a lot of seeds.
Yep. Trying to get the seeds out. Got a little bit of, got some pretty decent separation.
Mm-hmm.
Nice little head on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then garnished it. I gave it some freckles of a couple black walnut bitters dashes on top of the foam.
Mm-hmm.
And then I skewered a raspberry blueberry, and did a real delicate. I'm still working on my twists. I can do a pretty decent. What's it called? A swath. When you do the large peel of the rind, I can do those really well. And
this feels like what, a 1/4 inch strip?
Yeah, this is a real thin, and my peeler that I use for this really just kind of takes just a hair paper thin twist of it, which is really great because it unlocks the oils.
Yeah,
immediately.
That's what you want.
Yeah, and so I did a fairly long one, so I kind of coiled it and tied it in a little bit of a knot. I don't know. I'm still working on getting a good quality twist. It's going to take a little bit more practicing, and you go through a lot of lemons and oranges and
I bet.
and practicing those. But so that's what we've got here.
And it almost brings the whole red, white, and blue thing together.
And I served it up in one of my martini glasses that has a really heavy, it's got air bubbles in it, glass blue tinted bottom to it. So just try to bring the whole red, white, and blue into.
From what I've heard, they don't make these anymore.
No, I bought these probably 15, 20 years ago. Actually, longer than that now that I'm thinking about it.
It's like 4 failed relationships ago.
But I bought these, and they're just super cool martini glasses. And I remember when I bought them, they had matching little shot glasses that had the same blue glass heavy bottom on them. And I told myself, I'll come back. These were at World Market, which if you've ever shopped at World Market, they are constantly rotating new stuff throughout there. So I went back to try to find them, and I couldn't find them. I'm sure they're around somewhere, and I'm sure they'll pop back up at some point. I haven't looked since then, but
you've been mad. You've been protesting, boycotting.
You didn't have my shot glasses. No.
Well, cheers, sir. Let's try this out.
All right.
Well, I'm going to try this out. You've had this before. It's a lot of sweet. It's a lot of fruit. I like it.
The honey cuts through. The one I made last night, I knew honey would and can take over very easily. So the one I made last night only had a half ounce of the honey syrup, but it was just super, super subtle. So I bumped it up to 3 1/4 for this.
What do you eat with this cocktail? I mean, it's 4th of July. Everybody's got burgers, brats, dogs. Would this pair well with salmon?
Yeah, I don't see why not. Maybe even chicken?
Chicken?
Barbecue chicken?
Barbecue. I
don't know if it's more so on the nose or what, but I'm definitely picking up a lemon zest from that real thinly sliced twist that I did. You know, and as I was kind of thinking this through and all that, we've talked about it before, but I've gone down the rabbit hole of trying to collect a lot of new bitters, and have a handful of them I have yet to try into a cocktail. And so I was kind of thinking and looking for something new, but I also wanted something that would work well with that. And the amaretto is almond based, but the walnut has a nuttiness to it that I think is kind of nice, and that's kind of how I landed on the black walnut bitters.
I wonder if the black walnut bitters bring more of a earthy kind of tone to it. You know, I'm playing with the foam, the berries in the foam.
I think the egg white in this, aside from giving us that white layer in here, I just feel like it helps make it smooth it out and make it a little bit more of a creamy cocktail.
Yeah, it's very sweet, very fruit forward. You can definitely tell the Von Payne Black is in there because you can taste the the currant in there. It's ever present. The creaminess of the egg white is a great touch.
And as you mentioned while we were building this, the bottle has definitely seen fuller days.
You're down to a third. Probably, I don't know, a good portion of that was used tonight because it was 2.5 ounces, like you said.
2.5 ounces.
So you can expect Von Payne to take a center stage in this cocktail, and it does. It lets the raspberries come out there and slap you in the face a little bit. Red raspberries, anyway. They're bright and colorful tasting. They're so good.
So with part of my decisions in this cocktail, and because I thought, let's use these glasses specifically for the blue element, get our red, white, and blue in here. And I just don't use them enough, so I thought, what the hell?
Yeah.
Great excuse for it. But with that, it's also a much deeper glass, so I knew that in order to make a substantial cocktail, I had a lot more leeway in my ingredients. And so I'm bumping that up to 2.5. And because I have so many other elements going on there, I wanted to make sure the Von Payne did not get lost in all the fruit and honey and everything else in here. So bumping that up to 2.5, I think helped not only come forward and still shine through, but it also helped us fill the glass appropriately.
Hang on. Don't go anywhere. Don't drink that. Right. 4th of July, there's smoke and sulfur in the air.
There is.
And I just happen to have... if I can get my hand in there. I just happen to have a bottle of smoke bitters. So I'm going to take 2 drops of smoke bitters, drop it on here, I guess. Okay. I don't know how to use bitters yet. I'm still learning.
I'm going to be a rebel. Do 3.
You went 3. Almost. You can almost smell it.
Yeah, it definitely has a campfire-y.
Yeah, maybe I should go 3.
Aroma.
I'm going to go 3 too. Maybe dumb idea. You said it was still in creation phase.
Absolutely.
3 drops is hardly noticeable.
Mm-hmm. That's all right, though.
It's not even subtle. It's like barely even there. It's like your neighbor farted in the wind.
Outside.
Outside, of course. Goodness. Yeah. And your basement window's open, and you're like, what does that smell? Oh, that's Randy. Damn it, Randy. Fucking Randy. With janky bean farts. I already ate my fruit. Looks like you got a froth-covered raspberry. Mm-hmm. Names. Do you have any ideas for names?
I don't.
Like the, I don't know, the Von Payne Blast, or...
I don't know. Do we work Burn in there somewhere?
Burner. The Von Payne in the ass. The
Von Savor.
Von Savor, yeah. The Von Burn.
Well, we've got pomegranate. We got raspberry. We got a little bit of lemon.
Yeah, the pomegranate. It's not pomegranate juice, but it's grenadine.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a simple syrup made out of pomegranate juice. Wild.
I think that comes forward also.
Yeah, I think you're right. So I got to quit bumping the table.
Boom, boom.
Like a damn rookie. Like a noob. Like a W2.
You're still thinking on it.
Yeah, I'm still thinking on it. I'm thinking, I'm trying to split the grenadine off in my mind mentally from the Von Payne, and wondering if pomegranate syrup grenadine is too close to Von Payne with her black currant. It's probably not. Let me grab the bottle, give it a whiff. I forgot to put the condom back on the gargoyle.
No telling what he's been up to.
If I had a nickel.
New name.
Right. Yeah, so...
Wrap the gargoyle.
Smelling the pomegranate, or the grenadine, it's very, very deep-fruited. So, I don't know. It's like deep fruit with deep fruit.
I'm looking at the back of the bottle ingredients. This is pomegranate juice, pomegranate molasses, cane sugar, orange blossom, and water.
Huh. Orange blossom.
Man, what a deep, rich color that is.
Yeah, I'd like to throw that in a Pepsi or a Coke.
Yeah, I bet it would be a completely different...
I don't really drink anything with caffeine in it anymore, but still, like, I'd still want to try it because it's got a lot of flavor to it. Sorry, I was zoned out writing out the first sentence of the review on it. So far, it's Von Payne Forward, a depth of sweet unfathomed by the timid among the average humankind. This cocktail, ...
The other thing, too, is I enjoy making a lot of the more complex cocktails.
Yeah, something with, 7 or 8 ingredients.
Right.
And,
and
12 steps.
Yeah.
12 step cocktail.
And we've both seen, the Instagram videos of these cocktails that are, they sound and look amazing, but then you start looking at the ingredient list and it's like, holy fuck,
where do I find this shit?
That's the entire cabinet's worth of ingredients.
That's everything and the kitchen sink.
So
there's less ingredients in bathtub meth.
All that to say,
that's your other neighbor, Larry. Larry's meth lab.
I have grown to greatly appreciate a simple cocktail, and the elegance that can go into it. That's why you can't go wrong with an old fashioned. Mm-hmm. You just can't. I mean,
yeah, I sent you something like earlier today, like somebody was being a uppity, snooty dick bag about it. It's like, no, fuck that. This is all an old fashioned is. This is what you need, and he just slammed it together. He's like, there, take it. Yeah, fucking pretty much threw it at you.
He threw it across the table.
Drink it, slut.
Right.
Wait a minute. What did I just say? Why did I say that? Wow.
But, I mean, yeah, it's, it's so easy to go in those extremes.
Yeah.
It's a simple cocktail. Mm-hmm. You can absolutely fuck it up too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
try
very,
to church it up, dirt.
It's very easy to mess it up and mess it up bad. But if you get those simple ingredients just right, it's a wonderful cocktail. Mm-hmm. And it is designed to let the bourbon of choice shine.
Yeah.
Forth. I've grown to appreciate that. And so as I was kind of putting this together, in the back of my mind, I'm going, man, am I overthinking this? Am I adding too many different layers and elements in that? But I still kind of kept going down that path, and I landed on a lot of different ingredients to pull this together. But I don't know. For what it's worth, yeah.
For what it's worth, I like it. I'm not gonna bitch about it because I like super sweet stuff, and this was definitely super sweet.
Well, give me a number.
Fuck. Number. Stupid numbers. What number would you give it?
Oh, no.
All right. I throw it a 6.5.
Okay.
I throw a 6.5. Yeah. It's and part of that is because it's the very first cocktail I've had with Von Payne. Mm-hmm. Right? Because no, it's
minus
not.
the Von Payne
old fashioned.
Old fashioned. Yep.
Idiot. It's my second cocktail with Von Payne. The Von Payne Old Fashioned was definitely it's a new. It was a new look at an old fashioned favorite. I don't know if we ever put that into words, but that's really kind of what it was. Because Von Payne Black is fairly new, and Old Fashioned is it's a cocktail as old as time. A lot of people, like we've just talked about, a lot of people will overthink it and put too much in there, or they'll underthink it and just put basic ingredients in it. But as long as they like it, what does it really matter?
This Von Payne brings a lot to the table by itself.
Absolutely.
I just kind of pulled open the recipe for the current Old Fashioned, and it's 2 ounces of Von Payne, 4 dashes of aromatic bitters, smash a barrel-aged cherry, orange peel.
Yeah, no sugar cube.
No sweetener of any kind.
Yeah, because the Von Payne is sweet enough.
Yeah.
What do you think the next incarnation of this would be?
I don't know.
I would say omit honey syrup.
I was thinking it might, because of everything else that's in there, it may not even need the honey syrup.
It may not need the grenadine, because the grenadine is that deep fruit flavor on top of an already present deep fruit flavor. Still, to be named cocktail. We got to figure this out before we close.
We do.
This is going to be a long bonus. The Von Bottle Rocket. The Von Burp.
Savor the fourth.
Savor the fourth. The Savor the Fourth cocktail. That almost has a nice ring to it. And then every year, we could switch it up with a different spirit.
Yeah.
It could be, I don't know, Iron Smoke, or it could be Jim Beam Black.
The Holler Monkey.
Oh, the Howler Head? Yeah.
The Howler
We
Head.
have yet to try that out.
I know.
That banana whiskey, yeah. I kind of wonder what that would taste like with all these other ingredients instead of the Von Payne Black. Because it's whiskey and it's banana.
Definitely bring something new to the table.
Yeah. It'd be like, kind of tropical, fruity, spiked punch deliciousness. Did you give me a rating on it?
I did not.
What did I say? 6?
Said 6.5.
6.5. Write that down. Put my JH over here at W2.
I'll go ahead and mirror that.
6.5. All right. Well, you know what? We're starting to agree on our ratings. So, what are your thoughts in verbal printed form on this cocktail here?
I enjoyed it.
What did you say it was? A tentative name idea?
Savor the 4th.
Savor. It's pretty damn clever. Now, if there are going to be other, like if that's the name, Savor the 4th cocktail, there would have to be other reiterations of it. So it'd be the 2023 or Savor the 4th cocktail 2023, and then 2024, 2025, whatever.
I like that though.
Yeah, Savor the 4th cocktail. So thank you for listening to this bonus episode of the Savor the Burn podcast on your favorite podcast app of choice, included but not limited to Spotify, Audible, Apple Podcasts, Google, Samsung, many, many more. Smash the subscribe button on YouTube. We need it, and you like it anyway, so do it. So thanks again for following us along on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Finding us on savortheburn.com and sending us all your messages. We definitely like reading these emails that you guys are sending us. I think that's it. Any closing thoughts?
Happy 4th.
Happy 4th. Hell of a bonus. Fingers and toes. Keep it together.